Hi everyone, this is discussion 14, question 4, MapReduce. For each problem below, write pseudocode to complete the implementations. Some tips. The input to each MapReduce job is given by the signature of map. Emit key value outputs the key value pair k and v. For var and list can be used to iterate through iterables, or you can call the hasNext and next functions. Usable data types int, float, and string. You may also use lists and custom data types composed of the aforementioned types. Intersection list1, list2 returns a list of the common elements of list1 and list2. 4.1. Given a set of coins and each coin's owner in the form of a list of coin pairs, compute the number of coins of each denomination that a person has. So we have a list of coin pairs, and each coin pair is going to consist of the string, which tells us the person, and then the coin type. So for one person, there could be many coin pairs, both of the same coin type and different coin types. So first for map, we have an input of just coin pair and pair. What we want to do is we want to return each coin pair, which tells us the coin type, along with a number, so that later when we reduce it, we can add all the numbers together and get the amount of each coin type we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to emit pair. So that's imported, and the number 1. So we import the number 1 because we're sort of counting this coin pair as 1. And so then if there's like multiple coin pairs that have the same person and the same coin type, we want to make sure that the pair part is the same, and then we also are outputting 1 as well in the second part of the tuple, so that later when we reduce everything, we can add all those numbers together and count how many of the same coins we have, or coins of the same denomination. So in the middle of this step, what's going to happen is that a combine happens where we get a set of pairs and a list of counts. And then we go on to the reduce portion. So when we do reduce, our input is going to be coin pair, a pair, and an iterable of counts, right? An iterable, which is all going to be integers, because it's basically going to be a list of like these ones, and we're going to call it count. What we're going to do in the reduce function, we're going to have a variable called total. We're going to set it equal to 0, and this is going to be the final variable that we're returning to count how many coins of this denomination we have. Then we're going to loop through counts, num in counts, and we're just going to add the number, which is going to be 1, right? So, and then we're going to emit, after we're done looping through the for loops, we're going to emit the pair, which is going to tell us the person and the coin type, along with the total number of coins of that coin type that we have. So what this is going to look like, if I step through sort of a small example, if I have a person, I'm going to like have a person called A, and then the coin type is like some quarter, and then I'm going to have a count of 1, right? So for every single coin pair of the size quarter, I'm going to have like a bunch of these, right? So that when I get to the point for this part over here, it's going to turn it into a list like this. It's going to be the A quarter, and then it's going to be like a list of 1, 1, 1, right? So then when I go to the reduce, it's going to loop through all these ones and add it to the total, so that when I return, I'm going to return A comma quarter, and then the total is 3. And A is like the person's name, or like the string of the person over in this example. And so this is going to happen for the same thing for all the different denominations, nickels, pennies, dollar coins, and so on and so forth. So this way you can get how many of each coin type that you have. Okay, moving on to 4.2. Use the output of the first MapReduce compute each person's amount of money. We have this function, value of coin, string coin type, that returns a float corresponding to the dollar value of the coin. Okay, we're given that the import is going to be the output of the previous MapReduce, so it's going to be a tuple called output, and it's going to be like a coin pair and a comma integer, right? This is the coin pair, this is the integer. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to separate out the output into pair and amount is equal to output. So pair is going to be equal to the pair, and then amount is going to be how many of those pairs you have. Next, we're going to do the emit. So we're going to emit the person, because we only want the person now. And we only want the person because we sort of want to get the person's total amount of money, right? And then we're going to do use the function value of coin. And we're going to get the coin type from the pair. So it's going to be pair dot coin type. And so this is going to tell us like how much the coin type is worth, and we want to multiply that by the amount of those coins you have, so that you know for this specific denomination, for like these quarters, I have $2.50 in quarters. So this is going to be the output of this map. In the middle, I'm going to like a combine happens, so you're going to get a set of person, comma, values, a list of values. Now when we get to the reduce part, we want to add up all the values for the specific type of person. So our input is going to be a string person, and it's going to be a iterable, floats, because value of coin returns a floating type, and then we're going to call it values. Okay, inside we're going to do similar as 4.1. We're going to have a total variable equal to 0, and then we're going to loop through the values for amount in values. We're going to do total plus equals amount. Last but not least, after we're done looping through the list, we're going to emit person, comma, total. So what's going to happen? So you can think of like the different inputs to map could be something like a comma penny, and in pennies I have like 10 cents. Then I have something like a comma quarter as my input, and it's gonna be, I have like $2.50 in quarters, and also I have a comma nickels, and I have 50 cents in nickels. So then when I get to the section over here, it's gonna put it into a list of A, which is the person's name, and it's gonna be a list of all the different values. So it's gonna be 0.10, 250, and 0.50, right? Okay, cool. Then when I finish over here, it's gonna basically count up all the amounts in the list values, and then I'm gonna be emitting my final result. Is gonna be the person's name and then the total. This is, to be clear, this is 50 cents. So the total is gonna be 350. Sorry, 310. And this is how we're getting each person's total amount of money from all the coins they have. Thank you.